Now more of current news special coverage of the Pope in Africa. Traveling alongside the Holy Father is Crux Rome Bureau Chief Inez San Martin. She joins us now from Maputo. Inez, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So let's start with the Pope's news conference on board the papal plane. He said he's honored that conservative American Catholics are attacking him. What's that all about?
One of our French colleagues, Nicolas Sassan, gave the Pope a copy of his latest book on how America wants to change the Pope. And the Pope basically reacted in a way that made it very clear that he knew what the book was about. He knew what Nicolas had written. And the Pope told him, yeah, as you said, I'm honored that Americans are attacking me. The Vatican tried to do a little bit of damage control by saying that the Pope was actually praising Americans because he's always happy when someone is criticizing him, especially a country as important as the United States. It has to be said, that clarification you made about this being about conservative Americans is very important because the Pope did not mean to say that he's happy that everyone in the United States hates him. We actually know because of Pew Research that 51% of United States Catholics actually really, really like the Pope.
It's very interesting, though. In Mozambique, there are two things people are focusing on: the Pope and next month's national elections. Are these developments being linked in the country?
They are. Some of the people I spoke with said they wonder why is Pope Francis coming in such a sensitive period for the country because of the upcoming elections that could help cement a ceasefire that was signed on August 1st here in Mozambique. It has to be said, however, that this is a very much Pope Francis-like movement to try to, he's not afraid of getting his hands dirty, and if he's anything he can do to help the peace process and the reconciliation in a country that's technically been at war, even though they claim they haven't for the past 4 decades, is definitely something he's going to do, and that's why he's here.
Well, Mozambique is still suffering the consequences of a civil war, like you said, that took millions of lives and produced 4 million refugees. Tomorrow, Francis will address the nation's leaders. What is he likely to say?
Well, first of all, he's going to talk about the importance of achieving and looking for peace, and a peace that has to be a lot more than simply, a lack of violence. We all know that the fact that no one is killing one another does not mean that peace has been achieved. In 1992, these two factions came to Rome and signed a peace accord. That peace accord had the support, of course, of the Church and also of John Paul II, who, when he was here in 1988, remarked that he was very happy to see that the Catholic Church is helping in the dialogue process to put an end to the Civil War. The Civil War did technically end in 1992, but the truth is there's been fighting here and there because there was never an actual ceasefire signed until August 1st. Something else he's definitely going to be focusing on is climate change. Mozambique has been heavily hit by two cyclones that left over 1,000 dead people and hundreds of thousands of, again, refugees or people who left their houses and need help, are in immediate need of support. We don't know precisely when during the day. He has 3 speeches tomorrow, but there's no doubt whatsoever that that is an issue that's going to be coming up. He wanted to go to the area that was most affected by the cyclone, but he couldn't make it. It's too long a trip, but at the same time, too short the time he has in this country.
Well, we look forward to all of your updates on this trip. Inez San Martin, Crux Rome Bureau Chief, traveling with the Pope in Africa. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.